At first, many Japanese officials struggled to understand what had happened. Communication with Hiroshima suddenly stopped. When reports finally arrived, the scale of destruction seemed impossible to believe. The United States soon announced that it had used an atomic bomb. However, the war was not yet over. 3 days later, on August 9th, another American bomber dropped a second atomic bomb, this time on the city of Nagasaki. The bomb, known as Fat Man, used plutonium instead of uranium and caused another devastating explosion. At the same time, the Soviet Union declared war on Japan and invaded Japanese-controlled territory in Asia. Facing destruction from multiple directions, Japan's leadership became divided over whether to continue fighting. On August 15, 1945, Emperor Hirohito addressed the Japanese people by radio for the first time in history. He announced Japan's surrender, bringing World War II to an end. For many Americans, the atomic bombs were seen as a way to end the war quickly and avoid a costly invasion. Others, both then and now, questioned whether the bombings were morally justified, especially considering the large number of civilians killed. The debate continues even today. Some historians argue the bombings prevented even greater casualties by forcing Japan to surrender quickly. Others believe Japan was already close to defeat and that alternative options should have been explored. What remains undeniable is the human cost. Hiroshima was almost completely destroyed. Tens of thousands died instantly, while many more suffered long-term effects from radiation exposure. Survivors, known in Japan as hibakusha, continue to face illness, trauma, and discrimination for decades after the war ended. Yet Hiroshima also became an international symbol. The city was rebuilt in the years after the war and transformed into a center promoting peace and nuclear disarmament. Memorials and museums now stand where destruction once covered the city, reminding future generations of the dangers created when warfare reaches nuclear scale. The bombing of Hiroshima did more than end part of World War II. It changed global history forever. For the first time, humanity possessed the ability to destroy entire cities with a single weapon. The atomic age had begun. In the decades that followed, countries raced to build larger and more powerful nuclear arsenals, leading to the Cold War and decades of global tension. Even today, nuclear weapons remain one of the greatest dangers facing the modern world. And it all began on a quiet summer morning in Hiroshima, when a single bomb changed history forever.